What's kicking y'all? Kwikpanik here, and I'm back with more pops to open and show you and all that fun stuff. And I just want to say thank you so much for the support on my first video back. I appreciate the kind words. And yeah, I'm going to keep bringing these videos to you as soon as I have more pops to open. Today I have a little bit more than I had last time. I have some stuff that came in that were pre-orders. I have some stuff, two of these are from ECCC. And just a couple eBay pickups too. So I have some cool stuff to show you, including a Grail of mine that I've wanted since I started collecting back in 2014. It's over $200 value on Pop Price Guide and all that fun stuff. So I'll bring that to you as well. So let's just get started. The first thing that I'm going to show you is from eBay. And this is a pop that I regret not picking up the first time it came out. There were some exclusives that came out in the past that I regretted not getting that I'm picking up now. They tend to go up if you leave them alone. They tend to get out of hand, and this is one that I didn't want to miss out on because right now the wife and I are rewatching this series, the series from which this pop comes, just because it's a really feel-good show and it's a good thing to watch when you're kind of, you know that feeling, that you're all feeling right now probably. So I wanted to pick it up. It's one of my favorite characters from the show is in here, and it's actually a 2-pack. This is from a previous Emerald City Comic Con, I believe, 2018, says the sticker. I went ahead and I snagged this on eBay because I couldn't find it. I like to usually shop locally. But this is from Parks and Recreation, and this is a 2-pack of Jean Ravio. That's what he does. He sings like everything. And then we have Tom Haverford, who's got the Treat Yourself cupcakes over there. This is just a really cool 2-pack, and I'm really sad that they haven't done more with the Parks and Rec license. I've heard from some people that they may have lost the license. The show, of course, went off the air in 2015, so maybe it just wasn't popular enough. I think the only other... There are 2 pops that I still want from this set, and that includes Lil Sebastian. Poor baby Lil Sebastian, rest in peace. And the other one is a Chase, and it's Johnny Karate. It's like $1,600 or something like that on Pop Price Guide. I'm never going to get that, okay? It's never going to happen. Maybe. The next thing that I'm going to show you, I'm trying to decide because I have some stuff scattered over here. The next thing I'm going to show you is from the Funko Shop. If you guys don't know, Funko Shop has a release usually every week on Wednesday at the very least. They also do some releases on Mondays and Fridays. This is part of a line that they have been, it's pretty new. It's a pretty new line that they started, I want to say, I guess it's been at least 2 years because the first one of the line was Bigfoot. But they've been killing it with the Myth line. So they have, can you see them behind me? No, my chair's blocking them almost perfectly. But there's a line of mythological creatures, and I've always been a huge sucker for stuff like that. I've always loved Greek mythology, reading the stories and all the mythical creatures, watching Jason and the Argonauts growing up and all that fun stuff. But the one that I added to my collection today is the Cyclops. It's a mythological creature. It's going to go really nicely with the Minotaur and Medusa that they released most recently. It's a massive pop. It's like super heavy, but I really like the design that they're going with these. They've also done Nessie. Like I said, Bigfoot was the first one, so they're doing something between Greek mythology, and they're also doing some modern day mythology like Nessie and Jackalope. If you don't know what Jackalope is, you're probably not from Texas. But that's the second pop that we're showing off today. I think that line is so cool, and there's some really cool upcoming stuff that's been leaked with some other mythical creatures, and I'm excited to see where that set goes. Next up, this one's just a random one. I don't know if I recorded that opening. I don't think so. But I started picking up the Simpsons pops. So if you don't know, one of the original, I think it was the first television series line that they did was The Simpsons, and it included Homer, Bart, Marge, and Krusty the Clown. I was almost saying Krusty Krab. Wrong cartoon. And those pops are like incredibly hard to find. They have redone the mold for Bart as Bartman and Homer in a Moo, so they haven't really redone those yet. But I'm expecting they should eventually do it, just like they did with Genie. For the longest time was an expensive pop from Aladdin, and they eventually made him into another common/exclusive. But I picked up Mo Sizlak just because I hadn't picked him up yet. So now I have him over here on the wall. I have Lisa, Maggie, Grandpa, Mr. Burns, Mo, and then Milhouse, which just came out as part of ECCC. So if we don't get a new Homer and Marge and Bart pretty soon, I might have to bite the bullet, and those might be my next eBay Grail. Speaking of, before we get into the rest of the cool stuff, I'll just show off my eBay Grail that I was super excited about. Like I said, this is one that I've been wanting since I started collecting in 2014. And I just never picked it up, and the price got out of control. But I was able to find it for a good price. But I picked up Rorschach. So Rorschach is from Watchmen. If you don't know, the Watchmen line that they came out with, I think this is 2012 when they made these. They usually show the date on here somewhere. 2000 and the world may never know. Anyway, they only did Rorschach and Dr. Manhattan. I would have liked to see like Ozymandias probably, and what's the owl's name? Artemis? I think that's his name. The comedian. They could have done some other cool stuff with it, but I've been really wanting this one. There are two versions of Rorschach. There's another one where he's bloody, and that one is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, I think, from 2012, 13, something around there. And that one is like $700 now. So I was lucky to pick this one up. It's going for about $230, but I got it for a good price. So it's in good shape. I'm going to put it next to my Dr. Manhattan. And I think I'm not going to go for the bloody one. I'd rather use the money that it takes for the bloody one to put towards like Johnny Karate or something like that. Also on the desk, here's another Emerald City Comic Con one. My buddy picked this up for me. I wasn't able to get it. Were stores already closed? I don't remember. I don't think so. But this sold out super fast. They had it on the Funko shop because, if you don't know, they didn't do Emerald City Comic Con because of the things going on, and they decided to do an online virtual con. So Funko shop had this item and so did Target, but they both sold out super fast, and I wasn't willing to go out to the store. So my buddy picked this up for me, but this is part of the Futura line. So if you don't know what the Futura line is, I'm catching like heckin' glares. I'll probably take this out of the cellophane and just keep it in the stack, but the Futura line is a line of Star Wars only pops right now. They might expand on it. It started with another Boba Fett that was like some sort of active camo looking deal, and they've also done Jawa and Darth Vader, C-3PO, and R2-D2. But this was the first one that I felt like I needed to pick up. I normally don't pick up pops that are just a single color. I like to see the colors and the details and the designs. And so I've stopped doing things like see-through and chrome and stuff like that. But this one looked really nice because I like the red accent on the black. It looks really good. So I picked this guy up thanks to my buddy. I'm going to put him with my Star Wars collection. My Star Wars collection was actually one of the first collections that I started. I started out with Luke as Jedi, and I think I got Han Solo and maybe Darth Vader and Yoda. There we go. And I've kind of scaled back just because they produced so many, especially with the new pops from episodes 7, 8, and 9. So I've kind of scaled back on that and just collected the characters that are meaningful to me. That's a valuable lesson that you guys should listen to, especially if you're new to pop collecting, is there's a lot of pops that I picked up at the beginning because I knew what they were. I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that movie. Let me grab that. But I was buying things from movies that I had seen, and it wasn't like my favorite movie in the world. So over the years, I started to scale back and going to swaps and trading off things for more expensive pops that I wanted. But it's just a pain to have all those things that you're just like, I don't know why I bought this. So that was one of the lines that suffered the most because I bought like literally every character. I was like, I'm going to complete the Star Wars line. If you don't know, there are some Star Wars pops that are like grands, like a couple grand. There's Hollow Darth Maul. There's like Flocked Chewbacca, Shadow Trooper. Yeah, there's a lot of expensive ones. Anyways, sorry, went on a rant. This next one I'm horrified to open because this is how it came from Walgreens. So this one, it looks like horrifying. I'm hoping that it's in good shape. This is also an Emerald City Comic Con one. I ordered this back in March, and it just shipped and just got to my house. This doesn't look good so far. This is from a line that I is probably my biggest line that I collect. Okay, it's actually looking better. It's looking okay. It's not terrible. Okay, so you don't have to cry when I show this to you, because last video we got some destroyed pops. This one is like pretty decent shape, but this is Gambit, who is from X-Men. If you don't know who Gambit is, what the heck are you doing with your life? But Gambit is one of the X-Men pops that I've been waiting for forever. You can see that he has his pole in this one, and I actually picked up the Entertainment Earth glow-in-the-dark version, because Gambit has 2 different weapons, and one is his cards that he can throw like he's super amazing card thrower, and the other one is his pole. So I picked up both of them because I couldn't decide. Like, you can't just have Gambit with his pole, because then you're like, well, what about his cards? And then you can't just have his cards because like, but he has that super cool pole. So I picked up 2. I don't know. This is my limit on the versions of pops that I'll have for each character. Is like, okay, it's got to be 2, and then you're done with it. Otherwise, you'll end up collecting a zillion. Like, I had 1 billion Iron Mans, and I had to cut it down to like 4 because I couldn't justify how many Iron Mans I had. It was ridiculous. So that actually ended up being way better than I thought. I saw the box when it came in, and the bottom was not taped at all, and it was a little bit accordioned, and that is gore. That is gore to me. Okay, so the next pops I'm going to show you are like a dream come true. This first one, hold on, let's see which one this is. Okay, so the pops that I'm about to show you are a dream come true, because I started collecting Funko in 2014, and there were no Yu-Gi-Oh pops. There were very few Dragon Ball Z pops. There were very few video game pops that I really enjoyed. So when they came out with the first Pokemon pop, I guess that was 2017, maybe? 2017? Can't remember the year. But they had a Target exclusive Pikachu, and they've since expanded on the line. So there's Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Eevee, and now this is the newest line. This is blowing my mind that these exist. The first one I picked up from GameStop as a pre-order. This one is Vulpix. Look at that. Dude, Pokemon turn into pops. They translate so well. So this line has Vulpix, and I'm just going to show you them one at a time, unless you already know what they are. But I'm assuming at some point this will have a flocked version that... that's the thing with the Pokemon line, is they are making flocked versions of all of them. Even things like Bulbasaur and Charmander and Squirtle, they aren't furry, okay? Pikachu, Pichu, Eevee, these all make sense. So next up is the rest of this wave of Pokemon. I was super surprised by the Pokemon they chose. So Vulpix, if you're a Pokemon fan, like an actual Pokemon fan, not like, oh, I used to watch that when I was growing up, you will know that Vulpix is like a fan favorite. Like, everybody loves Vulpix. Vulpix got in Alolan form in Sun and Moon, just because everybody loves it so much. But I was surprised, specifically by this one. We got Mr. Mime. Okay, so Mr. Mime is a little bit of a creeper, but he translated into pop form really well. I think Mr. Mime got a lot of attention when we got Detective Pikachu. Amazing movie if you've not watched it. But I'm so surprised that we got a Mr. Mime before we got like a Charizard or a Dragonite. I think it looks great. I'm just so surprised that we got Mr. Mime. But Mr. Mime is number 2 in this line, or 582 rather. Next up is another surprising one. This is one that I couldn't believe we got amidst all the Gen 1 Pokemon. So we got all the Gen 1 Pokemon like Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Vulpix, Eevee, Pikachu. And then we got Pichu? Okay, I get it. He's the baby form of Pikachu. But I'm so surprised that we got a Gen 2 Pokemon before we got some other Gen 1 favorites. Like, where's Gyarados? Where's Dragonite? I don't know. I'm not complaining. I'm going to buy literally every single Pokemon pop they make. But we got Pichu, who looks... He's great in pop form, too. The Pokemon just translate super well. This is the cool one. This is, like, the absolute monster one that I knew they were going to make. Like, they had to. You know what? We haven't gotten Meowth yet, and it's not announced. What the heck? Anyway, the last one from this line that I'm going to show you guys is Mewtwo, which is, like, the OG bad boy. Like, Everybody, oh, I have a level 100 Mewtwo. Do you want to battle? No, because he's broken. But I'm super happy that they released all these in pop form. The next line that we're going to get is going to have Growlithe. It's going to have Rattata. It's going to have a Grumpy Pikachu. And what's the last one? Growlithe? Rattata. Oh, Cubone! Cubone! We still don't get a Meowth. That's so weird. But anyway, that is the new Pokemon line. They look fantastic. I'm so excited to add those to my collection. If you enjoyed this kind of content, let me know in the comments section down below. I'm still trying to figure out the camera focusing thing, so forgive me on that part. But I will keep bringing Funko videos as I get pops in, and I'll try to bring back a chase game whenever there's a chase pop that comes out that I really want. I think Galactic Toys has a chase Dragon Ball Z pop that I'd like to play the chase game on. So that'll be happening in the future. Let me know in the comment section if you enjoy this kind of content. Leave a like on the video and follow me on Twitch. Subscribe to this channel. All that fun stuff. All that information is in the description down below. That's all I've got for today. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Later.